All right, so today I'm just going to be showing this final project I did for my Indigenous design studio, which I took last semester. So you may be thinking, well, why would you pick this one if it's that gay? Well, out of all the options, this one was looking pretty good. You had one topic for DEI in architecture, gender studies and feminism in architecture, fucking queerness in architecture. So this one was safe to say a pretty good option. And so I mentioned there were about 17 people in this taking the studio here, but there were about 22 spirits in our section. Now you may be confused. Well, what the fuck does that mean? Well, what it means is that 5 people were gay. So, you know, take that, and like fucking 30% of the people in this section out of 17, 30% of them were gay, one of which actually was trans, so even better. Perfect. More points, I guess. And so that's what they call it, because they call it two spirit if you're gay. They call it being two spirit. So somebody straight would be one spirit, I guess. This professor here, he made us do this massive site plan. He was really focused on the site plan and this and that. And the professor here, he or the instructor, whatever it is, he was actually only a half breed. He was actually only half indigenous. The other half is kind of confusing. He said on like the first day he was half indigenous, like half Cree, I think, half Swedish is what he said. And so okay, whatever, you're half Cree, half Swedish. Okay, it's perfectly fine. A couple weeks later, he says, "Oh yeah, I'm half indigenous, half Dutch." Oh, okay. I could have thought I swore I remember him saying he was half Swedish. What the fuck is going on? And so then now a couple more weeks goes by, and for the interim, I remember him saying, "Yeah, so I'm half Cree, half Italian." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This guy's Italian? Fuck. What the fuck is this? This can't be true." Like, which one is it, my guy? Which one is it? Is it Swedish? Is it Dutch? Is it Italian? What the fuck is it? So I don't know, man. This guy was a little fucking retarded. He might be fucking three spirit or something. I don't fucking know. But he definitely something ain't right. So he made us do this fucking site plan here, and because the reason why he wanted us to do it was because he wanted us to break down the colonial grid. You're gonna have to remember that word colonial. It comes up a lot. This guy loves dropping that C word. So he made us fucking take down all the fucking fences, because all these buildings, they're on their own plot of land that they pay for to buy, right? And so he says, okay, you got to take down all these fences separating the colonial grid or whatever, and you got to take these different buildings and you got to fucking mix them around, and you got to fucking add on to these other buildings. Fucking take this building, move it 3 meters to the right, flip it upside down, put it underground. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. And, like an actual example, he was telling me, he's like, yo, you gotta take this library, you gotta put it over to this side street over here, so that way nobody can use it. He didn't actually say that, but if you move this fucking library to a fucking side street, why would you do that? You're making it inaccessible to people. It doesn't make any sense, but this guy thinks it's brilliant because he just doesn't know how to fucking think. Another thing he was saying to take this apartment building over here, demolish it, and replace it with a playground. That way I can fucking, be in this building here, and I can, in this community center that we're supposed to be redesigning, and I can look into this playground of kids playing, and I can just fucking get a little create a little nook here and fucking beat off to these fucking kids. Like, I don't know where they fucking find these guys. Like, where do they find these instructors, these professors? Like, do you have to like say when you like apply to these universities that you're a pedophile? I don't fucking understand. And so for me, I put my ground floor on the site plan, which he did not like because it's too colonial. You're not supposed to do that, apparently, but I did it because I think that there is a lot of communication and dialogue between the ground floor and the landscape. Being, for example, this got these pavers going into the lobby or community, as they call it, because lobby or atrium, it's too much of a colonial word, so you got to use different words. And then I got this a little bit of parking here showing how the cars kind of rip around. And then the main reason here is, like, you had to see this when we did our site visit. They just had these fucking piles and mountains of garbage on this Indigenous community center here, and it was nuts. Like, there was no recycling, no compost, just garbage, smelly fucking garbage everywhere, piles and piles. They had these massive bins of garbage. Like, I'm talking like you know, those type of bins you would see like in front of somebody's house when they're doing like a renovation or something. Those massive steel bins, and just mountains piled to the brim of garbage. You can't fit another garbage bag on there, so they're like tucking these little garbage bags, making these piles of garbage into these corners to just like find more places to store this garbage. And when we visit this site, it was in October, so it wasn't even that hot out. So I can only imagine during the summer how much that place would fucking reek of garbage. And I'm not exaggerating, man. Like, that shit fucking stunk, and it was fucking cold outside. And so I put this garbage over here on the top there so they can have a place to store it, so that way it doesn't fucking make everything reek. And then so moving on, we got this got more plans here, and I'm just gonna blitz right past this here. And so for this project, like, the original building was this brick building. And in the brief, it says that it's supposed to be an adaptive reuse project, meaning we're supposed to be using the existing building and make it into, you know, make it into this kind of reimagined kind of community center here. But this guy does not like adaptive reuse. He doesn't actually like using the existing building. The only correct answer for this guy was to demolish the building entirely, which I did not do. And the reason was because the building was originally all cladded in brick. And so he's like, nah, you can't be doing this. This brick is too colonial. You have to decolonize the brick. You got to get rid of this brick. Meaning you got to fucking destroy the entire building there. And I'm like, okay, but don't these fucking like Africans in the jungle, don't they use bricks too? It's fucking clay. You get this clay, you compact it, and you heat it up. It's not that deep. Like, it's pretty simple. But who fucking knows? You know, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if I can guarantee, like, if there was like an actual like purebred indigenous person teaching the studio, then we wouldn't be having this problem, because he was too focused on bitching about this colonialism. He completely lost the ability to teach us about actual indigenous design. He was informing the design based on what is not European. So you have to do the opposite of the Europeans. But that's not what Indigenous design is. You got to use the Indigenous philosophies and teachings to inform the design. The Indigenous values to inform the design, not the opposite of the Europeans. Opposite of the Europeans is not Indigenous design. And this guy was just way too caught up in just bitching about this colonialism. Practically didn't really teach us a single thing about actual Indigenous design. And these elevations, I feel like, came up pretty nice. I discussed in a later video how to just quickly get these elevations of these context buildings using Google Gemini. And then for the windows, I just made these little designs of this Indigenous iconography to just kind of throw on there, just to make it so that the birds don't pull a Mohammed and fly straight into the building. And so we got these like these would be like white vinyl fritting, something like that, just to prevent the birds from kamikazing into the building there. And so the elevations, I feel like, came up pretty nice. Got the renders here, which I talked about how to get those. It's pretty goofy. Got the Indigenous elders and the children ripping around in there. It's apparently pretty important for that dialogue between the Indigenous children and the elders. Got some simple sections here I just fucking did on the last day, put together there. Even this roof plan here, this fucking these renders here, all of it's fucking done on the last day because I couldn't really bring myself to give too much of a fuck about this studio here. I was pretty checked out because of all the nonsense here. And that's about it. If you're curious about the grade that I got for this project, I got a whopping 66. A nice, whatever that is, a D is maybe like a 65, so like a D plus or something. Maybe C minus, who fucking knows? And this fucker also gave me 10% for participation, so that's beautiful too. So highly recommend.